Online entrepreneurship is fun. It's work, but it's also fun. However, there are several things you need to avoid, pitfalls, as you progress through your journey being an online entrepreneur. Stay tuned, and we're going to talk about the 13 top things that a brand new entrepreneur needs to know. Welcome back to Your Digital Mindset, the channel that is devoted to who? You, the online entrepreneur. Your mindset, critical in your online business. All right, like I say, I'm currently doing a series on TikTok right now, and I thought, you know what? This is a great video. This is great, content idea for my followers on YouTube as well. And that's another thing, is when you're doing things throughout your day, because you need to create content, when you think of something that might be good in one place, use that in other places as well. And I'm not saying get yourself spread too thin, trying to create too much content, but I'm saying that as you progress through your day, there's going to be things to say, oh, I can use that there, I can use that there, and always practice, learn, do, and teach. Okay, so if you learn something, do that thing, and then teach that thing to somebody else. Great content ideas. But anyway, I'm doing a series on TikTok, and they're little 30-second videos of things that I learned along the way being an online entrepreneur for several years. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make a full length video with a little more breakdown in each one of these topics, each one of these little subtopics. So here's what we're going to talk about today. First things first is you're never too old or too young, really, but I don't want to, I don't like to encourage anybody under 18 to follow me because I don't want to get in trouble with anybody's parents. However, while I'm on this, you're never too old. I also do want to mention that, like my 14-year-old daughter, I let her know that being an entrepreneur is a very important thing. And if anything that's happened over the last year during this pandemic has taught hopefully everybody watching this video, is that there should be an entrepreneur in your house. Every home should have money being created from within it. Instead of depending on checks to come from elsewhere, we should be creating our income. We should be, creating our own future. Because think about it. So many people had the rug pulled out from under them, even on a job they thought they would have forever when this thing hit. Because companies had to make decisions and cut people, even if they didn't want to, because of the financial impact of what just happened to us over this last year. So again, never too old, never too young to start learning how to be an entrepreneur. And I know me personally, I had a job for almost 2 decades, and then I decided, you know what, I want to be an online entrepreneur. And that was just a couple of years ago. I was 48 when I decided I'm going all in and I'm going to be successful at this. So you're never too old. And I know plenty of people that are older than that. We all had that feeling that I wish I would have started earlier. However, the next best time to 5 years ago is right now. So if you're watching this video, you've probably made that decision already. You want to start learning how to be an online entrepreneur, okay? Being your own boss. So again, never feel like you're too old, too young, and none of these excuses. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. My kids, distractions, all this stuff. They're just excuses. If you truly want it, if you truly want something more than what you have right now, if you truly want success, you'll make time. Because I want to mention this, leads to the next one, part-time, but daily. You can do this part-time, but you need to do it every day if you can. And you need to make it where you can do it every day. Make the if you can into I will do it, because it's important. Because one of my mentors, when I decided to go all in, get really serious, he was full-time in the military. Okay, so he worked all day long, 5 days a week, and then he did this part-time in the evenings and on the weekends. And he built a business where he's making over $100,000 a month. And that's not typical. I'm just letting you know it can be done. And then he didn't want to quit the military. He's like, man, I love the military. I like the people I'm in, my camaraderie with everybody in there. But he had to make a logical decision that it just didn't make sense to waste 8 hours a day, or waste, I use that term, but waste that time away from his business when he could be pouring himself into his business that's already making 6 digits a month and turning that into possibly 7 digits a month. And I know that sounds crazy to some people. However, a lot of people are doing that. So keep that in mind. You're never too old, never too young, part-time, but daily. And then communication. Make sure that whatever program you join, okay, whether it's me or somebody else, when you go, okay, that person's speaking my language, that program looks like something that can help me. Make sure you have an open line of communication with that person who's introducing you to that program, because they're going to get paid if you buy that program, if you sign up eventually, hopefully. But make sure that person is going to help you along. And that leads to the next one, you get a mentor. But if somebody you're about to join through is some big guru, and they won't answer your comment or your email or your DMs or whatever, however you're communicating with them, if at all, then they're probably not going to talk to you after you get signed up. So keep that in mind. You want somebody who's really going to help you, and that's what a mentor does. And like I say, people who follow me know this deal. But anybody who sends me an email or sends me a DM, I answer every single one of them. Okay, I'm not too big of a guru where I can't help the people who are serious, because here's the deal. Only 1 to 2% of people that watch these videos and join these programs ever do anything about it. They just watch videos and buy programs, and they just sit there and go, okay, what do I do now? I welcome the people who do buy the program, do get signed up, and do say, hey, how would you do this? What do you do about this? I love those because I know they're taking action. I know they want true success. So I love to help people who ask questions. So again, not everybody's like that. I can't tell you how many people have come to me saying, I've seen your videos, but then I saw somebody else's video, so I joined through them, and now they won't talk to me. I see too much of that. I really do. So I just want to let you know, make sure you have communication with whoever you're joining, whatever program. And if it's me, that's great. You'll have communication. If not, try to establish just at least some, hey, how you doing, and see if they respond to that. So important. Make sure you have a person who is a mentor instead of somebody who's taking your money. All right. Social media platforms. Don't get yourself spread too thin. We talked about that a few minutes ago. But if you can take a piece of content and put it on multiple platforms, one piece of content, that's cool. That's not spreading yourself too thin. Like this video I put on YouTube. I can go put it on Facebook and have people from Instagram go back over. I might even tell somebody on TikTok about it. But you don't want to create a piece of content for YouTube and then create a separate piece of content for TikTok and then a separate piece of content for Facebook. You'll be spending all your time creating content and never working on your business. So I just want to make that extremely clear, is that, if you can do omni-channel marketing, as in multiple platforms, whether it be Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, I just said that, YouTube. If you can put one piece of content on all those, that's great. Even send it to your email list. Say, hey, go check out my video. But not a piece of content for every single platform. You get burnout, all right, just on creating content. Storytelling. This is another thing that people don't talk about enough, is people want to know your story. And you might not think they do, but they do. They want to, because when you tell that story, you're going to relate to so many people who share a similar story. They go, oh, I went through that same struggle, or I went through that same, I feel the same way about that. Your story is going to appeal to so many people, and it's going to keep people who sign up with you staying with you. Okay, we talk about know, like, and trust. They start knowing you by realizing that you exist. Then they start liking you through storytelling, and then they trust you even more so through the storytelling. All right, so know, like, and trust leads to raving fans. That's what you want, because not only do you want people to buy whatever you're promoting, but you also want them to say, hey, this guy or gal is great. They teach me so much. All right, so keep that in mind. You not only want to provide value to people. You want them to buy it, of course, but you want them to do free promotion for you. And if you do all these things I'm talking about, you'll get that. Okay, but it'll take time. So just be patient and do it every day. And boy, this is easy. Paralysis from analysis. And hopefully you'll understand this when I say this. Is once you find somebody and some program that is speaking your language, go all in on that. Don't spread yourself thin on 1,000 different programs. Figure out what you want to learn and then make a commitment. And I say it's indefinite, as in you're never going to quit that. But I say at least give it a year. If you find something that you've done enough review on where you're like, I want to try that, then go all in on that and not 1,000 different things. Don't do weight loss over here and digital marketing over there and relationships over here. Figure out what your niche is. Figure out the program that's going to teach you that the best way. The person who's speaking your language, if it's me, great. If it's somebody else, that's cool too. But pick something and go all in and stop being paralyzed from looking at so many different things that looks cool and that looks cool. And you'll be sitting there stuck a year or 2 years later, like I did for years, where I was just learning all this stuff and never had any business. Okay, so again, maybe to summate that would be take action. Figure out what you're going to do, take action, go all in. Don't wait for perfection. This is a huge one because we don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want anything to make us look less than. You'll learn as soon as you start putting out, start getting your business going, you'll realize that done is better than perfect. You can perfect it, so to speak, as you go. Get what's called a MVP, minimal viable product. Get it out there and modify it as you go, and don't wait for perfection. And I don't want this video to be super long, so I'm going to start moving through this. T-shaped marketer. You want to be a T-shaped marketer, like this right here. T-shaped marketer. I just want to mention this. You want to be competent at all the different categories of online entrepreneurship, having your online business, but you don't want to be a specialist at everything. Again, you'll be spend all your time learning and never doing. So you want to know about content marketing. You want to know about email marketing, data analytics, paid media, search marketing, all these different categories of being an online marketer. However, you only want to specialize in one or two things where you go super deep. T-shaped means you pick one category and become specialized at that one category, possibly two. But you want your business to look like a T. You want you to be a T-shaped marketer. Okay, so I just want to mention that, and while we're going through this. Storytelling, we just talked about storytelling, and get the right tools, get the right training, and join a community. And again, that goes right in line with your mentor. Whoever spoke your language and you decided to join through them, whoever it is, make sure they should have a community. Okay, they should have a strong community aside from just them. So you're not always dependent on them getting back with you. And I want to mention this, talking about that, is what got me over the hump is when I joined BuilderAll and I joined Legendary Marketer. BuilderAll is the tools, and my computer is kind of slow today because I've got my screen recorder going. But BuilderAll is all the tools I have for my business. I've never had to buy a single tool outside of BuilderAll, but it's the community. That's what really sold me. I was like, oh man, this is really cool. All my tools in one place, hosting, a website builder, funnel builder, autoresponder, all those tools you need as an online marketer, but then that community of BuilderAll. And you can, like I say, whatever program you choose to join, make sure that person has got a community supporting them as well. So you have your family, you're an online family. And that's what I found that got me over years of struggling, was finding the right tools, finding the right training, and finding that community that I could lean on to answer my questions, to get me unstuck. Because once you get to a certain point, you're rolling and you're working on your business. But in the beginning, especially, you need some support. You need somebody where you can go in to your Facebook group and say, hey, I just did this. Anybody got any input? And usually within minutes, you have an answer, and I can't guarantee that. However, I know my experience with this is that if you have a question, BuilderAll or Legendary Marketer, you put a question in there, somebody answers it. Or me, send me an email, or DM me. And again, you can join those by clicking either one of those links below. And this is not a promotion video. I just want to let you know that that's what helped me, was getting everything I needed to know and what I needed to use, and then having those people that are using them and know that stuff to help me out. And that's what did it with BuilderAll. And again, Legendary Marketer is the tools. And again, I'll put those links down below if you want to join. All right, so I don't like to make long videos. That's what I want to touch on today, is just know those things. Let me get back to that screen again, and you can pause this, but I'm going to go here it is again, and I'll just scroll through them. You can pause the video and look over them and watch. I suggest you watch the video again, actually. If you got any comments or questions, put them down below. I don't want anybody going, I understood that, I didn't understand that. I want to make sure you have your questions answered, because it's not a worse feeling when you're just getting started with your online business is being stuck, is going, man, I want to do something, but I'm just not sure what I need to do. Don't do that. Okay, ask questions. And I'm telling you, this was hard for me to learn too, was pride. Pride is a very disloyal friend. All right, it will keep you from asking questions because you don't want to be embarrassed. It's any number of things. The only thing that pride is good for is if you do something well and you're like, I'm proud that I accomplished that. That's a good pride. But being prideful and saying, I don't want to be embarrassed, I don't want to look less than, that's no friend. All right, you'll do yourself that major service in the beginning, is get past pride and ask questions. All right, and again, if you do have questions, drop down below. If not, I will see you in the next video. It's Chaz here with Your Digital Mindset, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Thanks a lot.